Alright, so I'm in the car and I'm driving, so I figured while I'm in traffic, I could make this video explaining to y'all why yesterday was the longest and worst day of my life. Okay, so this goes back to 2 days ago. Me and Bailey Holtzclaw are fishing a tournament on Gunnersville. So we went up there Tuesday, we fished Wednesday, and then practiced Wednesday, and then we fished Thursday. And on Thursday, Friday was the tournament. So yesterday, on Thursday, we went to this spot, and I decided to pick up a crankbait, and I caught a 4 and like a 2.5 and like 4 casts. So I was like, okay, that spot's gonna be really good tomorrow. Let's go back to that spot. We're gonna wear them out because the fishing report said that all the fish were stacked up. So once you caught 1 or 2 fish, to stay there because you were gonna catch a ton more. So we were like, okay, well, we need to wake up early because Bailey's boat doesn't have that big of a motor on it, so it doesn't go very fast. So we were like, okay, this spot's really good. It's right in the middle of the lake. Pretty much it's fairly close to the ramp, so we got to get to the ramp really early tomorrow to sign in so we can get an early launch number, so we're not like 150 launching late and someone beat us to our first spot, because we're already going to be at a disadvantage being slower. So we decided to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get to the boat ramp try to get to the boat ramp at 5, right when sign-in begins. Sign-in was from 5 to 6:30. So we're like, okay, we're going to wake up at 4 o'clock. Well, anyways, later that night, some other friends of ours that are on the team was coming up to Gunnersville to fish the tournament, and they didn't have anywhere to stay, so they were staying with us, and they didn't get in till like midnight. So me and Bailey went to bed at like 10, and we were woken up at like probably 12:30 at night by them coming into our room. So we were woken up. Then we had to get up like 3.5 hours later. We woke up, we walked outside, got everything together. We walked outside to go put the trailer on the boat to go get something to eat and get to the ramp to sign in. So we walk out there, and some retard in a Camaro, the parking spots were at like an angle. Some retard in a Camaro parked straight on, and then some other retard across from us didn't unhook his truck from the trailer. So I literally had maybe like an 8-foot gap that I had to try to turn this. I had to trailer the trailer to my truck, and then get the trailer around this Camaro without hitting it, and then not hit the other truck as I'm turning. And it just wasn't happening. We probably tried to do this for like 20 minutes, and I just could not turn it. So I had to completely unhook the truck, go at it at a different angle, and then pull the trailer out, and then back the trailer down the entire parking lot, and then do a U-turn in the parking lot full of trailers and boats, and then try to get out. And then on top of that, when we hooked the truck up to the boat, the running lights on the trailer did not work. They were working literally 6 hours before. They just stopped working. And then also the front nav light on Bailey's boat just stopped working for no reason. It just didn't work. We couldn't figure out why. We couldn't fix it. So anyways, we go to McDonald's, get something to eat, and then we get to the ramp. Well, the ramp, that's literally like a 100-boat line to put your boat in the water. So we get our boat in the water, and I go to sign in, and come to find out, it's not based on first come, first serve. Oh, by the way, to get all that stuff done with the trailer, it took we were planning on it only taking like 5 to 10 minutes to get the trailer on the truck and then drive to the ramp. Well, it took us like 45 minutes, so we didn't even leave the parking lot of the hotel till 5:15. So then we got to the ramp, and I signed in, and come to find out it's not based on a first come first serve basis on what number you get. It's all randomly generated. So we woke up at 4 o'clock for absolutely nothing. So anyways, we go and we get our number. We're at boat number 37, which is actually not that bad. We get to our spot, and we're fishing it, and we don't catch any fish. Well, then we move down to the next lay down, and Bailey's fishing it, and Bailey lays into a 3.5 pounder. So we're like, oh yeah, this is the spot. We're gonna kill him today. Well, we fished that stretch for like another 30 minutes, and then we go back and fish the island where I caught those 2 fish the day before for like 30 minutes, getting nothing. We did not get another bite for like 4 or 5 hours. And then finally I caught another fish on a lay down, and I caught it, and I was like, man, he's fat, but he kind of looks kind of short. It's a 15-inch limit on Guntersville, and I measured him, and he was like 14.96. He was literally like literally a tenth of an inch short to count as a fish. So I had to throw him back. We did not get another bite for the rest of the day. Well, it's like 1 o'clock. Weigh-ins at 3. Our trolling motor dies. So what we're having to do is we're having to go find spots, and we're having to put the boat against wind and drift down the bank against wind, and then maneuver with what little battery we have left with the trolling motor, just left or right. There was no going forwards or backwards. So we're doing that. Well, anyways, it's about 45 minutes before weigh-in, and we get a call from one of our friends, and his motor is out of oil. He was like, well, do we need to come? We were like, do we need to come help you? And he sends us his location. He is on the other side of the lake, about 25 minutes. It's like he was probably like 30 miles away from us upriver, and or on the other side of the lake. I'm like, dude, by the time, and he was like, I'm like half a mile away from the marina to put more oil in. So we're like, okay, well, by the time we get there, you're already going to be to the marina, so we're just going to go weigh in, and we'll see what we can do to help. So he's like, okay. So we go, and we get to the ramp, and we go weigh in, and we get a call, and he says that I put oil in my boat and the motor just cut off again, and my towing membership has expired, so we need y'all to come get us. So we're like, okay. So we trailer the boat, and we're driving over to this marina where he's docked at. It's 45 minutes away. So we drove 45 minutes to this ramp to get Chandler, so he could, and we're gonna have to drive him back to the ramp that the tournament was at so he can get his truck, and then he's got to drive back to that ramp to get his boat, but he's gonna have to try to get on the trailer with his trolling motor doesn't work and his big motor doesn't work. He's gonna have to try to do that. So we're driving to this marina to go get him. We get there, pick him up. We're driving back to the state park, which was where the tournament was out of. We literally get 2 miles away. I can see the resort on top of the mountain of where the ramp is, and he looks at me and goes, dude, I forgot my keys. So we have to turn all the way around. The ramp is 45, so we drove 45 minutes out to the ramp, 45 minutes back, so that's an hour and a half. We had to drive all the way back, and I'm literally, so I turn around, I got like 20 miles till I'm on empty. So I stop at this gas station, we get gas, I walk inside, I buy a Red Bull, come back out, blah, blah, blah. So so we drive back, pick up Johnny, and then because he has his truck keys, and then drive all the way back to the ramp. So now we're at 3 hours past when we were planning on leaving. So we drive all the way back to the ramp for them to get their truck. So we're finally heading home, and it's like, I don't know, like 8, 9 o'clock, and I haven't eaten since 5 in the morning. I'm starving, I'm driving, I'm like, I just need something easy to eat. I'm just gonna get like Taco Bell or something, because a burrito you can eat with one hand. It's not hard to eat with one hand. So I drive for like an hour, and I find a Taco Bell, and I get out of the car to go inside, and my wallet is missing, and I don't know where it is. Well, I find the receipt from where I bought the Red Bull, and I left my wallet at that gas station in Alabama. And so we're like 45 minutes away, so that was going to add another hour and a half. If we would have went back and gotten my wallet, it would have taken us about another hour and a half to get back home. We wouldn't have gotten home until about 2 in the morning. And I'd already been up. I mean, I was absolutely exhausted already, because I'd been up since 4 in the morning fishing all day. So I called the place, and the lady says that she's going to mail it to me. So I'm literally going to have to probably go like a week and a half without a wallet. So I don't know how that's going to work. And then finally I get back home at midnight. So yeah, I pull in my driveway at midnight. So yeah, that's the story of the worst day of my life.